partnership program between KUSI Consulting and the Association of African Universities. I would like to acknowledge our sponsors, AH Hotel. We are live from the Executive Lounge at AH Hotel. I'd also like to acknowledge Adansi Travels. They got us here today for our shoot. And last but not least, Nationwide Medical Insurance. For all of your medical healthcare needs, please be sure to get in touch with them. All right? So today we are discussing on ethical recruitment practices that every job seeker should look out for. I know usually on every episode when we get started, I mentioned that this is your premier human resource show for employers, employees, and job seekers. And today you'll get a sense of exactly what we mean when we say that. We'll be right back, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Adansi Travels Product Knowledge Series. And I'm excited to talk to you about our FIT tour service, where you get the opportunity to customize the products to your taste. And with that, we take your details, your destination you want to go, the date you want to travel. We're able to do it to suit your budget. So you don't need to worry about breaking the bank when you are traveling with this kind of service. You can visit us as the details are on the screen as you see, or you can call us on the numbers showing on the screen. Let's plan your trip for you, and you know with Adansi, we always let you feel the beauty of life.
Adansi Travel feels life's beauty.
Welcome back to 30 Minutes with HR. On the very first episode that we premiered on season 2, we discussed job scams and red flags for employers and also for job seekers. Now, recently I was on Kwese TV just discussing on ethical recruitment practices that job seekers should look out for. And we had a gentleman by the name of Emmanuel call in. And what happened is Emmanuel was a victim of a major scam. He lost about 13,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, you heard me right. 13,000 Ghana cedis due to a recruitment scam. I shared this story on my LinkedIn page across social media. It got a lot of reach. And I think the first question that people asked were, well, if he had that much available, why didn't he start a job? And I said, well, you know what? Not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur. Some people are meant to work in industry, all right? The second question was, are you sure he lost that much money? People were skeptical, including myself. I mean, at first I was skeptical. So on today's episode, we are joined by Emmanuel. We're usually joined by HR professionals, resource professionals. But today we decided to give it a little twist and do something different. So we're joined by Emmanuel, who's going to share his story of exactly how he got scammed out of 13,000 Ghana cedi. And of course, we're joined by our recruitment manager, Seth Osei Kodia. This is what he does. He also has stories of his own. So gear up for an interesting conversation. Emmanuel, thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure the viewers are ready, including myself. We're just ready to really hear your story and know exactly what happened and how we can prevent other people from facing the same situation. Yeah. So first, tell us, where did you come across this ad? What inspired you to even apply for the job? Can you give us some history on that?
Okay, so I'm Emmanuel, as you introduced, and then I'm a graduate looking for jobs overseas. So one day I tuned my television into a station, Glory TV, and then I saw this advertisement that's live and work 5 years in quite some countries, I think 5 countries. So I was personally interested in Canada because I had admissions, and due to some reasons I couldn't get my visa. So I tried this opportunity, and then it turned out to be a scam. So this is what actually happened. So I contacted the number. The person asked about me, quite few information. So invited me over to the office in Achimota. Okay, yeah. So I went there personally with my mom.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we went there, everything looked so genuine.
So you actually visited. It wasn't even just done over the phone.
Yeah. The initial process was done over the phone. Okay. Yeah, so I went there with my mom. And then everything quite looked genuine. So we spoke to the gentleman. He told us quite interesting stuff that got us very happy. So we paid 3,000 cedis initially. That was, I think, for the first processing fee or something. He quite mentioned something, I can't really remember. And then the next process, he told me to send my details, that's my passport, the front page of my passport, to his director. So he gave me a number. But before that, he told me to make the deposit of 3,000 cedis, and I still have the receipt.
Wow. This was the second portion of the payment, or this?
No, this is the first payment.
Yeah.
Direct payments or?
Yeah, cash. I gave him 3,000. Yeah, he gave me a receipt. Yeah, I still have it.
Wow.
And then he told me to take a picture of my front page passport. So I did that, and I sent it to his director. And he told me they'll get back to me. And I told him I wasn't too comfortable with this process. I would like to meet his director personally. And he was like, no, his director is a very big person, in quotes, in the Parliament House. So I won't be able to see him. But everything could be done on phone. And as I see, they have an office, everything looks so genuine. So I should just keep calm, everything will sort out with me. I was like, okay, sure. So the next day, I called this man. He told me I should give him time because his director is very busy. His name was Mr. Otu. I don't know if he's lying or something, but his name was Mr. Otu. And then, so 3 days later, this director contacted me. He asked me, am I Mr. Emmanuel? I said yes. And then he told me he has received my particulars. That's the front page of my passport and the 3,000 cedis for the initial process. So he will get back to me. So that evening, he texted me and told me he's quite tired, so we'll talk early in the morning. So I should try and call him before 9 a.m. because that's when he's available. Okay. So I did that, and he told me that he told me in order for me to get my visa issued, I have to pay for my ticket. That's 9,200 cedis. That's 92 million. And I wasn't quite comfortable because I was still having doubts. But then once I went there and I saw his office, everything looked in place. Everything was quite convincing. So I came up with something. I told him that I know someone at the airport, so he would give me the ticket because he told me he needed money for the ticket so he could go take my visa for me. Okay. So I came up with something that my uncle works at the airport, so he could give me the ticket and then we'll bring it to him. Okay. He was like, no, that's not how things are done here. It's a package because it's a live and work in Canada. And with that, they provide accommodation for 5 good years and quite some your health facilities or something, your food, free transport from your room to your workplace. So I told him I wasn't interested. And he told me, okay, yeah, I should come for my money. And I said, okay, yeah, I want that. I'm really coming for it. So when I took the car, I called him that I'm coming for my money and my passport. And he told me, oh, is that how I am? He thought his secretary did everything, like spoke everything to me, so the understanding is that. I was like, no, if I haven't seen the visa, I can't pay that 9,200 he's asking for. Okay. And he was like, I should trust him, and that he works with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Quite convincing. And then they have packages. The ministry itself has packages of taking some of their workers outside. So it was in a form of a conference. So we'll go in a form of a conference. You bring your professional certificates you have, your professional certificates you have, and then if the jobs available don't see your certificate, you can try opt for some other available jobs that you can personally do.
Okay.
So after some hours, I called him again and I told him I don't have that kind of money, but I'll try and see what I can do to get him the money. And then he texted me 2 numbers that I should send the money to, mobile money numbers. I told him I wanted to pay to him. I was like, no, he's a very busy person. He works in the ministries and also the parliaments. So I spoke to my mom, tried some 1 or 2 calls, and we got him the money.
Okay. Wow.
So when we got him the money, we didn't get all the 9,200. I told him I'll pay some, and then when I see my visa, then I'll give him the balance. So he told me how much would I give him, and I told him I'll give him 5,000 cedis. So he gave me the first number with the name Bright Donko, registered as an MTN mobile money. So I sent him the money, and he asked me quite some few questions. My full name, again, my age, my level of education, if I have any disease or any sickness, kind of deficiency. And then he asked quite some questions. If I've been deported before, about 10 questions after the 5,000 cedis. So I answered them, and he told me he would get back to me shortly. Then we stopped talking for some time. So then his secretary was the one communicating with me now, calling me consistently. He even calls me on a Sunday morning, going to church, claiming God has given us life. So
Was this the secretary calling you? Or?
yeah, his secretary calling me, God has given us life. He's grateful for this day, and that's my process is, my visa process is ongoing.
Yeah.
Everything will be sorted out soon. So I got so happy as usual, especially it was on a Sunday.
Of course.
So I felt very happy. And then the Monday, his director called me that my visa has been confirmed. So I was very happy. This was after.
Before you move on, did you do any medical checks before your visa was?
No. He told me it was a conference, so they don't do police extract, medicals. You don't do quite some few things.
But did you also do some checks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to actually
No.
check that the said package exists?
Yeah, I asked my dad. He said his time. My dad was once in the ministries. So he said his time, they took him to, I think, I'm coming, I have quite remember the country, Osama Bin Laden's country.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes, I'm sure that country.
To go and work there.
To go and work. So
Okay.
there's
Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
no Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a different ministries that I can't maybe disclose.
Okay.
But then the package was something there for, like, it's been done in the ministries for their workers, and they find other people to just fix them in and take some money.
So it was verified.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And then I was like, okay, cool. So we'll go ahead with the process. And then on the Monday, as he called and said my visa was confirmed, he sent another number. Quite can't remember the name. Told me to send his balance. I was like, no, if I haven't seen my visa, I won't send him the balance. I was like, okay, sure. Then the next day, he talked to me and he sent me my visa.
Okay.
So I thought it was all a joke or something. But the next morning, around 6:39, I couldn't sleep because I was so happy.
Yeah, you accepted.
So happy because the first time I applied for the Canadian visa, they refused me because of insufficient balance in my account. So I was so happy, very, very, very happy. And then the visa came with my name on it, 5-year. I think it was a, how do you call it, a work permit, yeah, to work for 5 years. So I was so happy. And then I rather called him and told him his balance, I'm sending it to him. I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I told him, so when are we leaving?
Just a quick one. Okay, so before you plan sending the money to him, how did you get the visa? Is it on True Pictures or how did
Yeah, he sent me a picture. Yeah, on WhatsApp.
But you didn't receive it physically?
No. He sent me the picture. So when he sent me the picture, I was so happy. And then I called him an hour later or something. And then I spoke to him and I told him his balance, I'm sending it to him. I was like, okay, sure. So he sent me the number and then I put the money through and I asked him, when are we going? And he told me Friday, 7 p.m. I should meet him at the airport, Terminal 3. And then everything will be sorted out with me. So Friday, as usual, I took my bath. I couldn't eat the whole day because I was so happy.
You are going to your dream country.
Exactly.
Stuff and everything, huh?
Exactly. I did everything. But the thing I didn't do that I was really happy was I didn't inform a lot of people. I told my close family, that's my siblings. I didn't even tell my brother because I think he'll be jealous, so I didn't tell him because he's my elder brother.
Okay.
And he wants to go, and then he's not gotten a chance. So I told only my sister, and I told my dad I'll be leaving, so if anything, I'll call him. And he told me to be very careful so that I don't put something in my back for me to be rejected, because those kind of people, they find ways for you not to go so that it will be beneficial to them. So I took my bath, couldn't eat, prepared very well, left home around 4:30, got to the airport around 6:30 because there was traffic as usual, Friday evening. Got to the airport, I spoke to this man. He told me, yeah, he's on his way coming with his team. Have I seen my other colleagues? I said, no, I haven't seen anyone. Told me I should wait patiently for him. He'll be there soon. 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Hey! So many thoughts coming into my head. What's happening right now? So I called this man again. He didn't pick. So the first thought was, hey God, not again. I called this man for the second time. He didn't pick. I called him for the third time. He picked. And then he told me he has come. And then they're sorting out some issues with the immigration. He'll get back to me very soon, and then they'll give us a call with my colleagues, but I didn't see anyone. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm still waiting. So seeing other people from hotels dropping by, going to take their flights, so happy. So quite some few people, they asked me what I was doing there. I told them I was traveling. So in an hour time, I called him to check up like what's going on.